Hey guys, 1 second. Let me tweet. Okay, I'll get set up here. Wait a couple minutes for people to see. Hope they get notifications. It is Wednesday, right? Oh my goodness. I don't like this cat. See what's going on. Hope I'm connected. Hope we're connected. Happy hump day, Teresa. I'm just looking through some cats. How you doing? How's your brother-in-law, by the way? It's your brother-in-law, right? And I didn't know what was wrong with him, but I hope he's okay. Hi, Darla. Darla, Carla, Carrie Ann, Angie. Oh, thank you. Donatina. Donatina's fancy. Welcome. Thank you. Nashwa, Pamela. I'm trying to catch everybody coming in while I'm looking through cat pictures. And I know there's a glare. Oh, do I have? No, I don't have the. It's the sun coming through the window. It's very sunny this morning. Terry S, Karen, Pamela, Deborah. I know I'm missing people. Hi, Anne. I'm looking through cat pictures while I'm kind of like that one. Scrap Girl. Anybody else coming in? Thanks for being here. Happy, wonderful Wednesday, or as Julie calls it. Yeah, I think she calls it Wonderful Wednesday. Thanks, everybody. Carla, Light and Laughter. I'm just flipping through cat pictures while I'm reading chat. Let me see if I didn't see Teresa answer me. I'm flipping here. I'm working in a new book. You know, we have so many that we just make out on the fly. Hi, Judy 333, Jill, Lisbeth. I'm flipping through some pictures while I don't know why there's a glare right there. Maybe it's, let me turn that lamp down just a little. Let's see here. Let's do this. Maybe it's just too on task. Too on task. There we go. That's better. Let's see. Stacy, there she is. Hi, Julie. Happy wonderful Wednesday. Is he okay? I mean, I haven't heard any updates. I don't think you're on Twitter, so I don't know. I hadn't heard that was all I heard was that something happened to him, but I didn't even know what. So, yeah. He's still with us. Okay, well, that's good. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, I did not know. Are you on? You're not on Twitter, right? Hi, Vicky. Hi, Pacola. Anybody else I missed coming in? I'm going to work in a new collage book. I'll show it to you in a minute. And then I'm just pulling some cat pictures. I got my sticker book. Try to use some of the stuff that we've, been using, but going to use it more. Not that much. Okay. I'm flipping through cat. I like this one. I'm just flipping through some cat pictures and trying to find some Cute ones. I got the sun. I might have to close my blinds a little. It's pretty bright. The sun should be going up over the blinds pretty soon. It's a nice, bright, sunny day. Got all the windows open, fresh air. It's not really breezy today, so like it was on Monday. Monday it was real breezy and cool. So let's see. Did I say hi to you, Pacola? Or did I miss you? I'm trying to say hi to everybody, and I know I say some people twice and I miss somebody. Sylvia, Vicky G. Thanks everybody for being here. Happy hump day. I'm just I don't know. I'm not going to use all these cats, but I'm picking some out to choose from. Lucy. So how's everybody doing? What's everybody working on? I want to hear what everybody's been making, creating, coloring, drawing, painting. What have y'all been doing? Diamond painting, sewing. Hi, G. Hi, Melody J. I know what G's been working on. I've been over to her channel a couple times this week. Let's see. I'm just flipping through some cat pictures while we're... Oh, I kind of like this one with the eyes. I don't know. We'll see. So we'll get crack-a-lack in here in a minute. And, yeah, working... I deconstructed 2 books and made another one. Y'all know I love me some deconstructed books. Oh, hi, Susie. All right. I think that's probably enough, although this one's cute too. Just kind of tearing them out a little. My real cats will probably be up here on the table. Malibu was already up here once. You've been diamond painting, Melody? What are you diamond painting? What kind of image? I've only done a couple. I gave them both to my granddaughter. Finished ones, framed and everything. But it is time consuming. You have to really be just loving it, what you're doing. Because, you're doing Alice in Wonderland. Okay, Carla. What's yours, Melody J? Teresa's finishing up her 3D project. I don't know if I know what 3D project you were working on. I don't know if I saw it, Teresa. Now, it's a pickup truck with flowers in the bed. Oh my gosh. I bet that's really, I can imagine trying to cross stitch that. So I know that's probably a lot of work. Flowers in the back of a truck bed. That is probably a lot of change of colors as you go. Oh, good, Jill. Well, I am no jelly plate expert. Jill, if you want to see some fancy smancy jelly plating, there's some good. I mean, I do okay when I get out the stencils, but I don't do it that often. I really just want to do my jelly plating to have collage papers to tear up. So I don't get too fancy on the actual jelly printing part because I know I'm going to tear those papers up. Right? I'm gonna tear them up like into collage paper. So it's like it doesn't really matter too much if it has a nice stencily design on them, but it is fun. It is fun to do the stenciling way. Oh, you're doing the Bailey J diamond painting, Stacy. I saw her working on one of her diamond paintings. It was huge. She was going to try to finish it by the time she was launching the sale of it. I thought to myself, Bailey, girl, you're not going to finish that. But she did. And she had to take some out. Did you see that? Hi, Nancy. Did you see how she had to take some of it out because she got it wrong or something? And I don't think anybody would have noticed, but she fixed it. It was massive. Did you get one of those massive Bailey J ones? They're so cute, but they are huge. Or at least the one she was working on was huge. You're gonna finish it today. Are you on Melody J? Are you on Instagram? Let's see. Stacy, that's the one you got. Is it as massive as it looked on her vlog, Stacy? Was it that big? Hi, Linda Lee. Because it looked huge. Oh, Julie, finally finished the painted pages in your New Testament Bible, one page for each of the 27 books. Now I plan to finish an art journal that only has a few pages left. Oh my gosh. And Julie, she literally does some art every single, and I'm here, guys. I'm right over here looking at cat pictures. Julie, she's been arting and doing some kind of drawing, painting, something every day. Now, how many is it? Have you got up to 4 years yet, Julie? Or are you still in the 3 years? Every day for like 3 years. Hey, you two, stop it. Julie Topaz is dedicated to her art. That's for sure. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're right now they're fussing at each other and wrestling. It is huge, Stacy. It looked it. Let's see, Sherry Bug. I know I'm probably missing. They're running up and down the stairs and chasing each other, and they catch each other, and then they wrestle. You post on Instagram, Melody J? Okay. Hi, Jill, Diane. I know I'm missing people, guys. I'm looking down here, flipping through cat pictures and I just wanted to pick out a few. I don't know what ones I want to use. Yeah, cat exercise in the morning, that's for sure. I take them out, or Hubster and I, or we trade off, taking them out on their leashes, but they don't run outside. They're on a leash. They can't run. So, but they love going outside. They love it. And it's so cute. I know I've told you all this before. When they know we're going to take them out and we hold up their little leashes, they'll lift up their little arms. They'll do this, like to put their arms in their leash. It's so cute. They know that they have to put their leashes on to go outside. Well, their harnesses. And it's like we tell them, you got to put your clothes on to go outside. And they put their little paws, their little arms up to put in the, so cute. Okay. So now I got some cats. Let's see what else here do I have. I have this stack of calendar. This is some calendar pages from, I don't know what the museum. Oh, there's birds in there. There's museum. Let's look through this. Let's see what we got in here. I'm just through here and kind of pick some things off of a calendar. Let's see what we got. We got museum pages. We got birds, all kinds of things. I'm just picking some random stuff out to do in my new collage book. Let's go. And I punched some more circles out of that other journal, out of my traveler's journal. I just thought we would, maybe do some collage, maybe do some drawing. Hey, y'all knock it off. Stop fighting. So mean. Are you having a hard time waking up, Picola? I actually woke up at 3. Went back to sleep about 5 for about an hour. I really feel like I've been up all night. I haven't, but it feels kind of like it. I don't know. Here's some cute little birds. That's kind of a cute one. Maybe we'll go that bird. Oh, there's a puffin. Pull that puffin. Here comes Oliver with bringing me his toy. You going to sit there and be good? Okay. There's a peacock. You want to hold that for me? Okay. You hold that for me, okay? Let's see. I don't want too many birds, maybe just a couple. 4 years you've been doing art every day, 4 years in November. Oh my gosh, Julie. That's awesome. That is some dedication right there, girl. That's some dedication. Okay, I don't want any more birds. I got a couple. Oh, well, I don't know. I kind of like that one. We'll pick that one. So I got enough birds. So let's get past the birds. What else do I have? Oh, this whole thing is birds. I guess the rest of it is birds. Just the top little bit was some what do you call it? Museum pictures here. Let's put a rubber band around this. Hi, Flo. Anybody else popping in? If I missed anybody, good morning. Kimberly 557. Good morning. She's kind of pretty. Here's some different Asian. These are paintings and stuff from the Met. I'm pretty sure it's the Met. This is from calendar from 2014. So let's just see what we got here. So I just pulled a bunch of collage stuff. I have a pile of stuff over here to go through if I want to. All right, I'm just liking her. Okay, so I got some birds, some cats, got a girl. What else? And then I pulled, I told y'all I sorted out some of my collage. And, well, really, I went through all of it. And I did have a moment this morning where I couldn't find my doors. And I couldn't remember which bin, because I have a whole bunch of these bins. I couldn't remember which bin I put it in. And are you going to get down? Okay, I'm going to throw your cat toy that away. There he goes. I couldn't remember which bin I had put the doors in. My Catherine Anderson doors. These. Because, I'm going to need my doors. Look, it's a whole bunch of, I think it's 3 books full of doors that I've cut down. So I had to have some doors. I couldn't find them anywhere. But I finally found them. When you organize and straighten and clean, you clean so well you can't find anything. Hi, Anna. Let's see who else. So if you're just joining us, this is Coffee and Art in the Morning, and I'm thinking collage, but we'll see what else we'll do. So I just have different papers and different things in this one that I kind of know what's in here a little bit of scrapbook paper, but some wrapping paper. Here's my my vintage botanical papers that are real little. This is more like for your traveler's size, because look how little they are. They're pretty little. So I use these in my traveler's notebook. But and same thing for these papers on this wrapping paper. They're kind of small too. Melinda, Annette, anybody else I missed? And then I got some Tiffany glass and lamp calendar pages. I got some of those in here. And then just random magazine and book, what do you call it? What do I want to say? Not textures, but yeah, kind of. Where it's not really anything. It's just like textures to use. And of course my watches. I have my watches and clocks. I did separate those. So, you can't have too many watches and clocks. So I put all those in one folder. I sorted all of this. Hi, Janet. So I have my watches and clocks all in this folder. And then just some random stuff in here that I like. Here's some of that, those rub-ons. That's really more for little art journaling stuff too. But just different pictures and there's some flowers. Maybe I should pull a couple flowers just in case. So I got this folder. Let me kind of, and I'm trying to rubber band them so they don't go, everything doesn't shift, you know. Although this right here, like I said, this had all my doors in it. So I got plenty of collage fodder. I kind of like that. I'm just kind of looking through. I had already cut out some of out of the book of shells. Oh, I like that. And so I still have other Catherine Anderson book images that are not doors, but they're some from her other books. I got some of those, and here's some more of my little circles that I cut out of that journal. So let's pull those out. Here's another door. These doors need to be in my door stack there. Let's see what else. That's kind of cool, that angel there. So, yeah. Oh, here's those other two shells that I'd already cut out. So I took apart, if y'all remember my, some more watches. Those should go in my watch folder. I took apart, if y'all remember that book of shells. I think it was Riri gave it to me, that book of shells. I deconstructed it, and I deconstructed that garden fairy book that I bought at, you know, from a third-party seller for like $4. Well, they paid $4. I think it was $12. But anyway, here's some of my planets right there, my marble planets. Anyway, I bought that fairy forest book. I took it apart. Hi, Kenny. Who else? I'm sure I'm missing Muffy Kate. I know I'm missing people coming in. All right, let me go ahead and set this to the side. It's one of my little bins here. Let's set that over here for now. And the same for, do I want this folder? What did I say was in here? Oh, this has got other papers in it. Did I scroll through this one? Scroll through. All right, so here's some. Yeah, Janet's going to send me some more. I punched these out of my, that Mixed Media Travelers Journal, some big ones and small ones. So I have a handful of planets. Janet gave me, or pulled out of her stash of punches, circle punch pieces. And so she's going to send me some more planets. You can't have too many planets. All right, so let's see, what did I have in here? Oh, I got a tiger. I got some of that Ernst Haeckel stuff. I got some more. Here's some pretty feather papers. Just here's some sunglasses. Those are cool. Let me pull those sunglasses. And then I got all kinds of, what do you call it? Fractals. Got some fractals here. Here's some more planets. There's a little bird. Let's just flip through this for a minute. Flip through this. Oh, good. I love the little punch because they're so random. When you punch them out of another collage piece, they're just so random. I like that, and I like this. I'll pull these two. I'm just kind of rolling through here. Some more planets. I like that. I'll pull. No, maybe like no. I'll go with that. So yeah, marbles, good planets. Some more fractals. I really like this. I don't know what I'm going to make yet. I'm just, we're just going to play. We're going to just collage play in my new, Prisma, in my new deconstructed, reconstructed book. Let's see. Those are kind of cool. There's another flower. And just random pretty fractals. There's a little pansy. And then just some random textures. There's a cactus. There's an iris. I don't know. And there's some more. These are good texture papers. Maybe I'll pull a couple of those. Magazine papers that are just, I've torn up. So, yeah, just collect all this stuff up. Oh, look. Here's some vintage bottle caps. Vintage bottle caps. And these bugs. Remember these? This calendar that I had. I mean, this is from what year? I don't even know. The year. I can't see the year on here. But anyway, remember when I got that calendar full of bugs? There's a little bit of vintage papers and some more watches. We'll pull a couple of those. And we'll check on my cats in a minute, I think. Let's see. And then I got all this. These are rub-ons, which those are good for in your art journal. They're not really, I don't know, kind of, you don't really, they kind of get lost in a collage. So, yeah. Okay, so I think I got enough pulled to do something. I don't know what yet. I just wanted to, play with some collage today. And then under here, I have all my doors. So let's pull these shells off here. So all these, I think, are my doors. My Catherine Anderson books that I've deconstructed. And so they're ready to use, these doors. And they're double-sided. So if you like the doors, you can get them on Amazon. And Catherine, just go look for Catherine Anderson. She's got all kinds of collage books. Oh, happy hump day, Carla. Lucy. Anybody else I missed? Kathy Arbor. Who else? So anyway, what's nice about them is they're double-sided. So if you want to cut them open, then you can have them open, and then the inside of the door is there as well. So it's kind of nice to have that double-sided. Do this one. Whoops. Like this. Then just fold this over. And I've used the miniature ones of these on art cards. I don't have any to show you because I gave them all away. But so now you have like this, and then it opens up. So if you have it over something, so you can have it closed, and then it can open up. Isn't that cool? So anyway, I've got my juice and coffee here. I hope everybody's doing well. So anyway, let me show you what book I'm working in here. Let me move these little images. My cats. I did pull some cat images. And we'll see. Okay, let me move the book of the sticker book. I'm going to try to use more of these up. Try to keep using those. So what I did, this is, I think it's 9 by 12 or close to it. It's kind of like 9 by 12. And I did punch all the papers. I punched all of them, and they're not perfect. They're not perfectly punched. I just wanted them pretty close. I didn't care if one was a little longer, little tall, just a little, 1/8 of an inch off or something. That just didn't bother me. And I used 9 of the rings. I could have used 12, but I just used 9 because it was quicker to punch 9 with the punch, the Happy Planner punch. It's quicker to punch 9 because if I had punched 12, then I had to punch 9, line up, and punch the others, right? The other 3, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to punch the other. I didn't want to punch the others and have to, in other words, I'd have to punch each paper twice, and I didn't want to do that. I know, isn't it a cute door? I love those doors. So what I did, let me get to, with some cardstock, and I did have a little bit of matte medium kind of get on there. You got to be careful not to glue your pages together when you're working on them. Like I got to pop those apart. So anyway, I got some cardstock in here, and the light went dim because I have white paper. So I punched about 6 pages in the front and about 6 pages in the back, just to give it some sturdiness, to give the book some sturdiness because, to have a cover. and a back. So it's the same thing in the back. And I haven't decorated the back, but I've got about 6 sheets in the back here. I could glue a couple of them together to make it like more like a cover, you know. So what these books are the shell book, which I had to cut down all 4 sides because the shell book is really big. I had to cut down all 4 sides about an inch, half inch, half inch. So the shell book, I had to cut I took them all out of the cover, cut them all down to like 9 by 12. And then the same thing for that fairy forest book that I showed y'all a couple weeks ago. I took all that apart. So I'm going to do a little flip just so you can kind of see. And I combined them all in no random, in just kind of random. But what's nice about using the rings like this, and you can see I started 2 pages already. So these are 2 pages that I've already started collaging, and there is a glare a little bit. What's nice about doing the rings system like this is you can just pop them out. Okay, so let me get past my cardstock pages. And so if you want to take one out, you just like that. Now that one was kind of glued to that one because some matte medium got on there. But all you have to do is just do that. Then just put them back in. You just stick them back in. So it's real handy. And this one it's upside down, but I wanted it that way. I wanted this one to be facing down because I want like water coming out of it. So it's going to be painted around the edges anyway, like you saw me do in my abandoned book on Monday, how you can paint out the edges or just put black around it if you don't want to try to match the colors or whatever. And so this page is in upside down from the book. In the book, it was the opposite way. Hi, Ashley. I know I'm missing people coming in. So hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. But I wanted this upside down. I wanted to be pouring water out. So I'm going to flip through just so you can see. And if y'all remember, I did this double page spread out of the shell book a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. So we did this. Well, I took it apart. I took the whole book apart. And then that fairy forest book, I took it apart. Oh, I don't know if I'll work on that today, Prisma. And so it's like every other page is some of the fairy forest. And again, I got a little bit of stickage right here because when I was working on that page, I didn't put a piece of between it. And then I've got shells in between. Then the fairy forest. Here's some more fairy forest. And then I'll come across some shells. This is one I'm working on. Here's another one I've got. You see, I continuously work on these pages. I never feel compelled that I have to hurry up and I have to finish one before moving on to another. Y'all already know that. You know, I'll go back and forth. So what I did is I mixed the 2 books. And I do have a little bit of stickage down here because of the matte medium. So I'm just going to kind of pop them apart as I go. So I've mixed the shell and the garden book into one big book. So I have some shells and some garden. And it goes back and forth. And again, sorry, I need to remember to put wax paper. Here's when I started with a flower. And I just tacked it down. It's not even glued in yet. So you can see where this will be a fun book too because it's 2 books in one. Hi, Curly. Don't forget, guys, put it in caps if you're talking to me. So this is from the shell book. This is from the garden book. But then this bird right here, I've already really glued him down. This is from like a calendar page or something. And so I've cut him out. He's already glued down. That wasn't even part of the book. So I've already started working on some of the pages. So what is nice is it just gives it such a variety. Here's a couple things started to go. It's not really fully glued down yet, but they're just kind of ready to go. Maybe I'll work on this one. I really like this one. Maybe I need to work on this. Let me put a Post-it note here. Let me put a Post-it note on this one because I might want to go back and work on that. And what's nice is I can just take them out and work on them. You know, although on that one, obviously I didn't do that because they stuck together on the corner. But you can take them out and work on them. So this one, this is a seahorse. I cut the seahorse out of another book and put it in this one. So I'm just recombining and doing reverse collage and recombining them. So I'm not going to do any flamingos. I'm not going to set Eileen on edge. Hi, Lady Jan. And then here's a couple more just cardstock papers that I put here for a little extra sturdiness. So I have a few of those kind of spread out in just for a little bit extra sturdiness to the book. Because I can go back in here and add a lot still. This book, I could add probably twice as much because I have the large rings. These are the big rings. So I could probably add, at least a third more than what's in this book already. So you can see how fun. This is another one that I'm working on. I started this in the in that nature book, and these are all cut out of other things, other books or other calendars. My castles here, and of course a couple planets. And so I got this far on this page. Let's see, Shannon. Yeah, I did like the way they did the color palette too. I also have that book from Target, that like history of Target book, like that I got from Target a month or so ago, or maybe it's been 2 months now. And I have that I could cut up because it's about that size. What are the rings called? Happy Planner rings. They're Happy Planner rings. Here, I got a couple here that are not. They look like this. And I would recommend, they also have plastic ones. These are the metal ones. And I have both on different journals. But if you're going to construct your own journal, it's not so much, it doesn't matter so much if you buy the Happy Planner papers and the Happy Planner, because they're cut perfectly. They're cut perfectly so that when you put them on the plastic ones, they're going to flip real easy. But when you punch them yourself, like here, when you punch them yourself, you're never going to get it perfect. At least not a whole book full. You're not going to get a whole book full perfect. And if you have the metal rings, which are more expensive, use a coupon. The metal ones will flip easier. It's just smoother to the flip. So I would recommend, if you're going to make your own book and punch your own holes, to get the metal ones. Okay. You haven't seen that one from Target? You mean that? Here, let me get it. Are you meaning this one? This one? Is this the one you're talking about? You hadn't seen at Target, Shannon, that I showed a couple weeks ago? See how big it is? And it's a little bit smaller, just a little bit smaller than these pages. So that wouldn't matter, though, to me. It doesn't matter to me that these are just maybe a 1/2 inch smaller, this book. So if I wanted to take this book apart, if I wanted to take this book apart and put it in here, I know some of y'all going, oh my gosh. It's just like an advertisement for Target is all this book is. It's like a history of Target, but it's an advertisement for Target. But look at the pretty pages in there. So, and it smells good too. I can smell it while it's flipping. So anyway, I might deconstruct this book and add it to this one. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, I really like it. Because I thought about just using that Target book as is, as is, to make a collage book out of, an altered book. I thought about using it just as is, but because I like the red cover, but I also like making my own. So anyway, like I said, get the metal ones, and you can tell, obviously, when you look at them, the shiny metal versus the plastic. The plastic one has a lot of pretty colors, but this metal set here, as you can see, comes with this is the colors that come in that set. See? And there's 12, or no, it's 11. I think it's 11. I think it's 11 on in the box, but I'm only using 9 because that's how much the punch can punch 9 at a time. Yeah, I know. I love collage. I love collage. So anyway, I'm just going to keep flipping here so you can kind of see how I put this book together. This, garden pages, shell pages. See, kind of goes back and forth between the two, and I can move them around. If I don't want this one next to that one, I can take it out and put it in another place, right? So that's one of the nice things about this rings is you can pull them out and move them around. And then again, I got a couple of the cardstock in there just for a little extra sturdiness. And I just kind of put a few random ones in there. So I already started putting some watches on these little um, leaves or whatever they are. I put. Oh, sorry for that glare, guys. So flowers and then shells. And so let me see if I can prop this up with something. Let me just kind of put that sticker book under there. It's just got that glare in that corner. What garden book did you use? It was that fairy. Let me see if I have the cover handy. Hang on. I kept the covers. Hang on. Okay, here we go. All right. So this is the shell book. 100 Seashells, Harold Feinstein. And I did do a flip of this when I got it. Okay, I did do a flip of it. And then the this one is the fairyality style. Inspirations from Nature, David Elwan. Now, this I had to get from a third-party seller off of Amazon. So I don't know if it's available on Amazon or if you can get it from a third-party seller. This had a bargain book price of $401. The sticker was on it. It was used. It was used when I bought it. But because I don't think it's published anymore, so you'd have to buy it from a third party, but or any kind of garden book. Garden shells, that Target book, any kind of, my abandoned books that I worked on. I did a little mini flip on Monday of a couple of them on Monday when we did that how to get rid of the white edge. If y'all missed that, go back on Monday's show or look at my playlist under abandoned. I don't think as a matter of fact, I've got to go back and put those in playlists. I don't think I put my Monday show in playlist yet. But anyway, on Monday's show, I showed how to get rid of a white edge, how to paint it out, paint it in. Diane, Doreen, anybody's Linda Lee. So I'm going to just keep flipping here just so you can kind of see how I've combined them. And again, I started doing this little area here. I might do that Target book too, because there's plenty of room on these rings for, I don't know if the whole book would fit in here, but probably at least a half or more would. So anyway, and this is just glued on the back of one page there. I added her in here. That was just a shell. And it looked like I cut her out and put her on here. Looks like she has those wings. So it's just kind of fun to play. And what I like to do with a book like this is just find a page that hits me or inspires me and stop and then just go in here and start, working on it and combining things and building my own worlds. That's what I like to do, Then here's a couple more blank pages. But look at that. Look at this here. If I put this on here, how cool is that? See? So what you do is when you use Catherine Anderson's doors, is you cut it like this and then you glue everything else down, but you don't glue the door shut. Well, you can if you just want to use it like that, but you want to leave it so that you can open them and see what's behind. If you don't follow me on Instagram, just look for Dee Dee Willingham or Inky Well, INKI, Inky Well, and look for about a month ago. No, maybe it's 2 months ago now. I did some art cards, 3x4 art cards, where I on with her miniature ones. She has little, I don't know if I have them right here, but she has the same kind of print idea, but miniature. And I use those on some art cards. I gave all of them away. I think I made 8 that day, but I do have them on Instagram. Well, I can show you. You won't be able to see them very well, but I'll show them to you. And so you can see how you can use them on art cards. I don't know how far back that went. Oh, here they are. Okay, let me just turn down the light. Let me turn on the light on my phone. Okay, so here they are. They're 3x4. And then that's them closed. And here they are open. So you can see with the doors open, I did little worlds on the insides of them. Like right there, you can see that one really well. So there's with the doors open and there's with the doors closed. So you can do all kinds of things with those little doors. And what I like about it, so she made these for you to use. She makes these books, and I've got all mine are deconstructed. I did save, I think I saved most of the covers. I should show you the covers. But just go look on Amazon and Catherine Anderson collage books, and she makes them for you to use. They're her photographs. And so she has like 3 door books. Then she has a window and portal. Then she has just random collage stuff. So, yeah. They're not that expensive, $12, $15, I think, something like that. And I mean, they're packed full. They're packed full images. If you just don't know where to get some collage images from, go buy her books. So you can see, and then I added this as one of her doors right here. This one I cut the door off. I just wanted it to look like an arch that you go through. And the whole page of flowers. So I just think this is going to be fun to work in. And when you deconstruct a book like this, and see, I bought these books. I bought these books to use in collage, right? And when you take them apart, and even if you just take it apart, and even if you don't combine a couple of books, you're not afraid to play on them. You're not afraid to use them. A couple more blank pages there. You're not afraid to glue some things down and play on the page. And if you can do it and not be afraid to work a little bit on one page, go to another page. Work on one page and move on to another page. If you're not afraid to do that, then you're always thinking creatively. Let's see. These sunglasses. I like these sunglasses. Hi, Magic. Yeah, and you can, and I've in one of my journals, one of my Dilutions journals, I use color book images, and I kept one out here that I had from when we cut this out last time. She's out of one of the color books. Here's the thing about using a color book image. In your collage, you want to color it and cut, obviously cut it out, but you want to color it separately. Don't take an uncolored piece like this and glue it and then try to color it. I do like her there, though. I like her right there. I think she's going to live there. You want to color it, then glue it down, because especially if you're doing collage and you've got matte medium and you've got bumpy pages. Now, it's not so bad in something like this where I can take it out and work on it. But if there's any kind of texture on the page, if you glue it and then work on it, you're going to pick up all that texture, right? And you don't want to pick up, maybe you do, but probably not on her face. So I'll probably pull her out. Maybe we'll work on this page. But this is one of the nice things about having it in the rings. Well, it is the nice thing. This is why I like the rings, because you can pull it out and work on it. Let's see, Shannon, Teddy. Hi, Teddy. Finally catching live, and welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks, everybody, for the thumbs up. And then I got a whole bunch of just the cardstock in the back to make a sturdy back. So I might glue some of these together just to give it a nice sturdy back. But I can always add other things in here. The other thing nice about having a ring bound system in something like this, and I have other books where I've done this, is you can add different sizes. So like I showed you, that Target book is a little bit littler than this. So it would fit just a little bit, in, but you can add other things. Like, let me find a piece of something here. Okay. So for instance, I could take and punch a small piece and I could pop that in there. So you can have different sizes. You can have different sizes in your book, right? If you want. And and if you do get one of these punches, get it, you can get it at Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can get it on Amazon. You can also get the Arc brand. The Arc brand punches the exact same size, but it's just black. It's not pretty like the Happy Planner blue one, whatever. But use a 40 or 50% off coupon, because I think these run about $40. I used a 50% off coupon when I bought it, so I think I got it for $20. But you want to use a coupon. But and then when this fills, there's like a rubber bottom to it, and you pull that off and empty it out every now and then. So you can do that. You can add other size papers. Just like you would a junk journal, you can make your own junk journal like this, and then pull pages out, move them around, work on them. I have two different sizes. One that's the bigger Happy Planner size, and one that's the classic size. I think it's 9 by 8 by, I don't know. It's about that big. Anyway, I have two different ones that I use for studying, journaling, note taking, and they're full. They're like this full. Plus, if y'all have seen my Fibs book, I'll show you that. And this is the plastic rings. It's hard to tell with the silver, but that's the plastic rings. This is my Friends in the Box journal. And it's all the same way. I punched all these papers. These are out of other magazines and other, Flow Book, and out of all different magazines, just different papers. And I've punched them all myself. And look how much I cut on those rings. So, it's really fluffy because I've got dimensional things, and there's a lot of things on, and there's flips of this Flow Book as well. So this is my friend, not Flow Book, Friends in the Box book, where there's pages. There's a page for different, eventually I'd like to have one for everybody, but that's what this book is. This is my, and it's a Happy Planner covers, but all the papers themselves I cut or punched and put on these rings, right? So I got my little notes here that need to be, I have these stuck here because they have to be put on the person's page. So, yeah. Okay, so there's that. So I'm kind of thinking I might want to work on this page because I've already got these, I don't know, it looks like a Buddha in a tree. This is probably from an abandoned calendar page, because I have the abandoned books, but I also have abandoned calendars when I buy the calendars every February, when they go on sale. And so anyway, this is probably out of one of the abandoned calendar pages, and I just tore them out because I'll paint them in, right? I'll paint them in. So and then I also pulled out our antiquated. What the? Somebody with the trailer, they hit a speed bump and the trailer went bam. Anyway, that I got this at Target too, but you can get this on Amazon. Okay. You can get these antiquarian sticker books. We all, about a month or two ago, we all bought, well, that's probably closer to 2 months now. We all bought a bunch of these, and there's just thousands of stickers. I've done flips of this, and so have a lot of other people, and I have been using them, as you can see. What's nice about this book is after you use up a sticker page, Then let me see if I could do, well, I can't do that one. Yeah, I guess I could. Okay, here, let me take these two stickers off and see if I can just move them over somewhere. Here, there's a place I can put that one. Let's move this just so I can show you. Because every other page, the backs of the sticker pages is this. This is the backs of the sticker book pages. Every page has that on the back. See? So after you finish with the page, you can take, let me get a sip of juice, guys. Keep my voice going. You can remove, because all this backing is just sticker paper as well, but you can take that off. Probably need to get an X-Acto knife or a scissor in there to get the whole thing, but I'm just going to show you so you can get the idea. You can remove the backing from the stickers that you used up, and when you've completely used up the whole book, then you have a whole book of this. You'll have a whole book of these pages, right? And then you can use this as an an altered book or a junk journal, right? Then you can use this for a junk journal book with just these pages that are left after you've used up all your stickers, right? Now it's going to take you a while because there's a lot of stickers in here. And the back go maybe fifth of the book, about that much. This is all alphabets back here. It's all alphabets. There's a double page of every letter. So there's just so much to it. So, and they're not really that expensive. These pages right here have cutouts in them, like this has leaves in it. See? And there's just so much to them. And everybody's buying them. Everybody's buying them. Oh, there. Pacola put a link in there. She put a link to, hi, Shelly. I know, I said hi to Teddy. I know I'm missing people coming in. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Pacola. Lindsay. So we might use some of this. I don't know. But I really do want to do this page too. Because I really like, she could almost just go in, if I did something on the back, she could almost go in here too. Depending on, well, I kind of like the waterfall on both pages. But anyway, so I could color her with Copic markers or something. And then with some shading of pencil and put her in here. So, and she is out of, I'm pretty sure she is out of, let me get the book. Where is it? That Mystic, the new color. Yeah, dark. I think she's out of Dark Fairies. I think she's out of this Coloring Heaven Dark Fantasy Special. I think she's out of here. And I was using this book to cut images out. And so I'm pretty sure she was in that book. So, yeah. I do encourage us to use the book. So, yeah. And you can use it as a journal afterward. Exactly. Okay. So what would y'all rather see me do first? Work on the collage page or the color book page first? Which one would you like me to do first? I'll probably do both. I'll probably have time to do both. But which one would you, let me prop that back up because there's a glare right there. Let me put this up. And I'll do her with Copics. Okay, so y'all want the collage page and then the color book page after that? Okay, because she's going to go right there. Look how perfect that is. Isn't that perfect? Okay, everybody's voting for the collage. Curly, I like that. Yeah, okay, let's see. I already read that. Okay, one person for the color book. Okay, Donatina. The tribe has spoken. Speaking of Janet, we got Survivor tonight, and Terry L. If you're here, Zandra, we all tweet together on Survivor night. Last week it was so good. I don't know if y'all watch Survivor, but every season they have one episode where the family comes to visit, and they usually have to do a challenge. They usually have to do a challenge to be able to keep their family, their spouse or whatever, significant other, come back to the camp with them. They have to win a challenge. But this was the first year they had the kids. They had the spouse and the kids come to the island. And it was so good. It was so good. Wasn't it Janet? Janet was handing out tissues on Twitter. She was handing out Twitter tissues. Okay, so I'm going to set this one aside. I don't want to lose it. Let me put it back here because it'll get lost in my collage, in the collage shuffle. And let me move my punches here. I don't have too many punches. I have a square one and a couple of round ones because I have the cameo Her Majesty Camille. So I don't have a lot of punches. I got rid of almost all my punches in one of my downsize, clean out, de-stash, whatever you want to call it. So I got rid of almost all my punches. Only kept 3 or 4. So yeah. Okay, so it looks like we're all good here. So let's see what we can do. Now I'm going to kind of decide what else I want on here. Again, unlimited things to pick from. I like the door, but is that a little much? Maybe if I cut the door out. If I cut this, because I kind of want to use the door just because to show you that how to use it. But if that's too much, so I'll have to just make it an arch, maybe trim it down. These scissors are a little crunchy. Let's see. Let's try this one. There we go. That's better. If y'all have any questions, put them in caps. I'll try to catch it. But yeah, so I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and couldn't go back to sleep for a while. Checked, my messages and everything. And then finally, I think, I don't know, a couple hours later, went back to sleep for about an hour. So, yeah. Hi, Nanimo. So I cut this arch off. Now, this could still be used in another, the chances are of me using, although it almost looks pretty good there. Do I like the arch better? Do I like the arch better than the door? I might. Let's see. Do I like the arch or do I like the door? What do y'all think? Do you like the door or the arch? The door, you gotta imagine it closed because it's not going to stay open. So do you like the door or do we like the arch? Now you got to kind of imagine it, paint it in. I kind of like the arch too. Yeah, everybody's going with the arch. Okay, we'll save the door. Maybe the door will go on the next. Well, we'll see. It's not like I'm going to run out of doors. Okay, so I kind of like that because it looks like it should be sitting there, doesn't it? Right there on in those rocks, like. So I'm going to glue everything down with matte medium. All right, but I got to pick some more stuff. We'll see, because I want to do all the gluing at once. All right, so let's see what else we have here. And if you weren't here earlier, I just picked a bunch of stuff out to work from because, like you saw, my bin of stuff, it's hard to work out of a full bin like that. I do kind of like this. I like the colors of this mechanics, this watch. But I don't know if it's going to be too big. Let's cut this out. Let's see. I'm going to cut this whole thing. I don't like those scissors. Where's my other scissors here? Those have glue on them or something. So we'll have a little mech going on here. I'll never forget the stunt Johnny Fairplay. I know. His grandmother, I think, is still actually alive. The last I heard, Julie, his grandmother is still alive. That stunt Johnny Fairplay. I actually follow Johnny Fairplay on Twitter. He's got a family and a couple of kids, and yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to get rid of that gray edge right there. Cat's up here. No. You can't get up there. No, you can't climb all the way up there. You're not. No. Let's get down. Oh, I think I bumped his little leg. Hang on, let me go. Are you okay, baby? Are you okay? Mama bumped your little leg? You okay? I think I bumped his leg with the chair. He's not limping, so I think he's okay. Okay. I had to check on his little leg. All right, let's see. They pretty much learned not to be behind my chair because I roll, you know. Okay, so there we go. I kind of like that. And of course, I could trim this down too. But I'm kind of thinking it's too big. It's too much. Maybe I need to go with a smaller. I don't know if I want a gold one, though. Maybe a half a one. Let's take a half a one here. I love all this, but it might be too much with the rocks. Maybe if I cut it down into a couple different pieces. Let's get rid of this edge. Let's make it a little smaller. You just got to kind of play around with it. You know, it would be probably good on there. Because see what that does, it brings the silver color over to the other side of the page. All right, so let's cut some of this out too. And then I'll cut that gold one in half. I mean, cut it down. All right, still with the tour, everybody? Yeah, we don't want the cord. You can't have them with the cords. Something like that. That may be enough, but I'm going to cut this one out and see. Just see what the gold looks like on here. Hubster went to work today. He just goes in for an hour or two to take care of insurance, unemployment, and then the other supervisors and stuff. They take turns going in. Like, although today they have a group meeting, they'll social distance. Don't worry, but they have to discuss insurance, unemployment, and all that. And Georgia is going to be opening up some businesses Friday and some on Monday. So I don't think they're going to open till I don't think they're opening till May, the 1st of May. I mean, nobody has to open right this minute, but some people are. Let's see. So do I want this down in here or not? It's kind of a little overkill with that in here. I think I like it without. So I'm kind of liking this so far. I'm kind of liking this arch here and this kind of going over it just a little like that. Because I want to keep those rocks down there. But this may need to kind of come down on the rocks. A little something like that. What do y'all think? Hi, Eileen. Yeah, we're doing a collage page. All right, so let's see. Something on my glasses. All right, let's see. What else do I want? I got fractals. I got no flamingos, Eileen. No fear. No fears. No flamingos. I got all these different marbles that can be used for planets. And here's the other thing, too. If you don't have marbles to use for planets, and look, let me get that punch. If you have a page full of designs, like let's just take this right here, for instance. Although I think I want to cut that out. Not necessarily for this page, so I won't punch on that one. Let me get another piece of something to punch. Hang on, let's find another piece of fractal or something. Okay, here we go. So if you have some kind of design in here, look, you can just punch out. That one's a little plain, but it's okay. Here, maybe right in there. So you see how you can just punch and make your planets that way. Same thing for some smaller ones with a smaller punch. So, yeah, you don't have to have marbles. You can make your own marbles. Don't lose your marbles. Yeah, still clutching the velvet rope, Julie? Yeah. Yeah, they're just these are old. These are quite old. These are back in my scrapbooking days. Okay. And I don't know that I'm going to use them on this page, these colors anyway. A little red might be nice, but I've got a glare right there, guys. Sorry. Oh, that's an additional thing. That doesn't need to be glued down right away with the big stuff. All right, let's see. What else do I have in here that I might like? I mean, I just got all kinds of things, right? I got this shell that I'd already cut this shell out. But again, I don't know that I want to cover up all these rocks. Maybe it would be nice on an edge or maybe even this way. Now it kind of looks, do it this way. It looks like a giant tick. Save the trash. Oh, trust me. I've got bins and bins and bins of collage. I don't need the little bitty bits. Does that look like a giant tick? It's something else maybe because it looks too, I don't know. It looks like she doesn't want the trash, Nanamo. Trust me, Janet does not want the trash. Or do I want something like the shell? You know, can I have that in there? Because, I can cut off whatever I don't want. Or do I need something more silvery? Because I've got the silver metal. I'm looking. I'm just taking my time, guys. Taking my time. Do we want a cat? No, of course not. This is kind of cool. This texture-y stuff, but let's see. Do I want... And remember, I'm going to paint all this in, so it's kind of cool. But then I can kind of blend this tree trunk in, though. I could just paint in a tree trunk, or I could put this behind the tree trunk. That might work. Because, see, this looks kind of like watery something, right? So kind of like that. And then I could have just a little bit of it over here. Carry it over. This needs to be a little less. And I can do paint a lot of this in. I'm just kind of imagining here. A tribe forest, yeah. It could be. See, that's the thing about this. I don't tell y'all what I'm thinking it is, so you can use your own imagination and decide what you think it is. It's going to need a little bit. I'm going to go all the way to the edge there. All right, so I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Just kind of thinking. I mean, I can glue this down and continue working, continue adding things. One thing I do want to do, I'm going to take it out of the book because when I start gluing things, I don't want to glue my pages shut. So I guess I could go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Okay. Let's move the book and get some wax paper down. Right. Oh, cat toy. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Liz, does say hi to Shannon W. I think I said hi to Kimberly. Okay, so let's see here. All right, that looks pretty good. It's got a little bit of a glare, but it's not too bad. All right, let me move all these doors off of here just to have a little room. Keep them in my bucket o' stuff. See, I got this stuff too. This one might be, oh no, do I like this better, guys? Let's see. Do I like this better than the blue? Here, I'll let y'all decide because I kind of like the gray and it's going to be blended in. It's a little stark right now, but some of my collage papers that I made on Monday. Y'all tell me, what do y'all think? Do you like the green better than the? Do you like the green better than the blue? What do y'all think? Do you like the green or do you like the blue? Interactive collage day. What do you think? The green or the blue? I'm still kind of going with the blue. There's the green. And it's kind of a gray blue. That's more dramatic. This is more dramatic. You like the blues more subtle, you think? Yeah, that kind of ties in with the mech. Okay, we'll save the green. All right, we'll save the green. All right, so I think I got enough going here to at least start gluing down. So let's move all this out of the way here. Oh, I love this flower too. I love it all. I love it all. Let's move this out of the way. My bucket. And let's move all these little planets out of the way. Let's put all these in my little bucket here too, or my little bin. All right, so let's see what we want to do. Let's put these away. I'm just going to make some room here. See, I got all kinds of flowers pulled, and I even had some other papers, some map papers. When I pulled out these map papers, it made me want to make a junk journal out of an old atlas. Not that big, but I mean the papers out of an atlas, because I have those big atlases that I've used as altered books before, and they're kind of a little. They're bigger than this, right? And they're a little hard to maneuver. So, I do have this one flower here that's kind of these colors. Maybe this needs to go in here somewhere. Maybe this flower needs to go in here. I'm kind of liking the flower. What do y'all think? I kind of like the flower with the face. Yeah, one page at a time. I know, right? Right, Yvonne? I do like that. I think I'm going to go with that flower too. What else do I have here? I got this butterfly, and I'd have to trim off the edge. I might be getting too much now. I might be going a little overboard. I'll wait on. If I use this, but the butterfly is like a chipboard, so let me go ahead and cut it down. Maybe I'll like it better if I trim it because I don't want the white edge, right? Let's trim it down and peel off the back. Peel off the extra cardstock off the back. Low-key chill day. Enjoying the nice open window with the breeze. Well, it's really not too much of a breeze, but it's nice and cool. Nice and cool out. I need to get out there and get my walk in. You like the flower there? Okay, let's get this butterfly cut out. Okay. Now, let me try to peel off I'm just going to kind of try to peel off a layer of the cardstock because it's not quite a chipboard, but and you got to be careful when you do this. And greeting cards, this is a good way to reuse your Christmas cards, your birthday cards, cards like you get a birthday card, it's got all kinds of pretty flowers on it, but the card's kind of thick. The paper's kind of thick. Well, just take your time and peel off. It might take a couple of tries or times and peel off the excess paper if you're going to use it in collage, I mean. Peel off the excess and it thins down so it'll lay flatter on your page. It won't be bumpy, right? So you've got a whole layer to take off there. And what that does, needs to be a little more trimmed right up in there. It just makes it more where you can glue it better and it's not going to come off. It's not going to, so yeah. See how much better that looks? So that's what we're going to do. All right. So let me go ahead and pour out some here. This one, I think, yeah, we'll go with this one. I'll pour out some matte medium. Pour out some matte medium. Put a lid on your jar so you don't glue the lid to the jar. Put some plastic. Did I say put a lid on the jar? Put some plastic. Put some plastic. And that way you won't glue the lid to the jar. Okay, so let's see. Let me get a glue brush. And I say this all the time. The only brushes that sit in water are my glue brushes. Let me get a baby wipe. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm going to be not looking at chat for a few minutes, so let me go ahead and if the other thing is if you don't think you're going to remember where things are and you got a lot of stuff more than this, take a picture of it with your phone and then you can refer back to it, right? I'm just going to set these to the side. And then you can refer back to it. I think I got that glued down, okay? So let's just move this down. This one's not glued down all the way. Yeah, partially. Maybe I just missed this part. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this. No, baby. Oh, no. Come on now. Come on. They're so silent. They just jump up here and you don't hear them, right? All right. Oh, but I wanted that under that, didn't I? I wanted that to go under here. And if anything hangs over the edge, you can cut that off later. And if you go over the holes that you punched, you could repunch them. So don't over worry about that. And then after you get it on there, then take a card and just mash it down with a card. And then when you pick up excess right there, you can either just move it over to the next thing you're going to glue or just wipe it off into your jar here or your palette. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this down here somewhere, I think around there. It's about where I want it. Okay. Scrape off the excess. Let me get my baby wipe and clean my hands off. Let me look over here. Hi, Katrina, Annette. I know I'm probably missing people. Hi, I said hi to G. Didn't I say hi to you earlier, G? Okay, so there we go. We got that. Now let's go up here. And put it on the base. Oh, no, baby, you can't come up here. I'm going to have to close my door. They're not going to stay out. He just ran out, but he'll be back. Okay. And try not to put out too much of your matte medium, but if you don't use it up, if you don't use it, don't pour it back in there because you've got that contaminated now with glue brushes and paint and whatever. You don't want to put that back in your jar. Try not to pour out more than you're going to need, um, so you don't waste it. But if don't put it back. Okay, so let's see. Just going to kind of get rid of any scraped bumps there. All right, so there's that side. And I don't want to glue it to the wax paper. All right, so now let's come over here on this one. And let's put down the arch. About right there, I think. I want that straight. There we go. Okay, the little butterfly. I think I want it flying up. And then I can see that little number still back there. Okay. All right, now kind of decide this is up against this, so let's see exactly where I want this. Something like that. And again, if I cover up one of the holes, I'll just repunch it. Let it turn it around. I got a little tinier piece somewhere. That's okay. I'll paint it in. All right. Now, all right. Oops. All right. All right. There's a start. Let's get rid of the excess scrape marks. I don't want to wipe the what do you call it? I want to make sure there's matte medium over the whole thing, really, because then if I want to put pencil, if you're using a shiny paper, like a magazine or a calendar or a book paper, and you want to maybe say put some pencil or some other mediums on there, and you know it's not going to go over a shiny paper, then you need matte medium. You need to put the matte medium over every place that has shiny, so that you just pretty much coat the whole page with matte medium. So that way, if you want to put pencil or anything else that won't stick to shiny paper, need a little bit more right there on that butterfly. That way you'll be able to work on top of it where you can't on the shiny paper. It just depends on what you want to do, what things you want to use. All right, so there we go. I got a base on there. Thanks, Teddy. Okay, thank you. Thanks, everybody, for the thumbs up. All right, now let me go ahead and hit it with my heat gun. And my 25, 30-year-old, I'm not sure how old it is. Marvy Uchida. Everybody asks me, what kind of heat gun? It's a Marvy Uchida, but I don't think they make this exact one anymore. I think they still make a maroon one, but I don't know if you're going to get one that's going to last 25 years. Nanimo, can you use Mod Podge? I don't like Mod Podge. It never stays sticky, especially if you're putting it in a journal. Don't use Mod Podge in a journal. I know people say, well, you can wax it, you can baby powder it, you can coat it, you can this. I don't want to go to all that trouble. That's just me. But if you're using it in a journal, you're taking your chances that you're going to glue your pages. They're going to stick together. Matte medium, golden matte medium. I've never had the pages stick together unless, and you saw it when I was opening the book. You close the book before it dries, or you get some running over the edge of your book and it shuts your page. It dries on the edges of your paper and it'll kind of glue those edges together. You have to make sure everything's dry. But once my matte medium is dry, I've never had pages stick together. So, okay, I'm going to dry. And then after we're done, I'll put them back in the book so you can see, the full effect. But that's what's nice about using the disc system is you can take them in and out. And I can't tell you how many disc books I have. Like I said, I have 2 that are real thick that I use just for my own note taking. One that's the big one, one's a small one. I've used those for a long time. Then I have the Friends in the Box is on a disc. The Fibs book. Let me show you. In case you just missed it. The Friends in the Box book, that's on the disc. And you can see how thick that one is. Okay, let's see. It's got a little bit of wet here. All right. Whoops. All right, that's all sticky right there. All righty. So we got that. All right, I think I'm done with the matte medium for now. So I'm going to wipe off the excess and put this back in the water. It's the only brushes I keep in water. There's a cat toy again. Gosh, he keeps bringing it to me. I better not throw it out there again because he'll just want to bring it back up here. So let's see. All right. So let's move this. Let's move this. Take a sip of cranberry juice. See, did I say hi to you, Eileen? I think I did. Yeah, because we talked about no flamingo. Hi, Devin, Danielle, Cheryl, Lou. Anybody else I missed? Okay. So now I have to decide how I want to blend it. Of course, this is going to have black up in here, and I'll have stars up in there. I'm going to take this bracelet off so I'm not scraping it across my, because, I'll be scraping it across there. So I'll remove that, and let's get some black paint. And we'll see what colors I want to use. We'll get a little bit of black. We'll get a little yellow ochre and maybe a little sienna. Let's see. Let's see. Are we zoomed in enough? Dee Dee, you could flip through the Fibs book one of these days. I have done so. I've flipped through it multiple times, actually. I can do it again later if we have time. This one's almost empty. I have a new one, so we'll just get whatever we can out of here before we throw this. And I used to, when I was doing driveway art years ago, I would, whenever it got down to about this much left, I would do it, have a whole little jar of wash. But make sure you put it, if you do that, make sure you put a big W on it. I'm getting ready to throw this away, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Do I have a, where's my big Sharpie? Where's my Sharpie in here? Hang on, guys. I know there's a Sharpie in here somewhere. Thought there was a Sharpie in here. If you make this a wash, I don't do it anymore because I don't do the driveway art and save the little bit of paint. But put a big W on the top so that you know it's wash. Because I'll tell you why. One time, I didn't have the W on there. I didn't have the wash on there, and I thought it was a nice thick paint. So I opened it up and go like that and everywhere. So you want to make sure you tell yourself it's watered down. But I just used the rest of that up. So, all right, what did I do with my baby wipe? Did I already use that one up? I'm getting need another one, I guess. Okay. So that and a little bit of yellow ochre here. And let's see. Some slate blue, gray. That one, I want this one. I think I'll go with the dark. Then I'll add some white so I can have a few shades of the blue-gray here. And some white. Okay, I've drank about 5 sips of that juice. I'm going to have to take a quick break, guys. I'm going to take a quick break. Hi, Natalie. Anybody else I missed? Okay, let me take a quick break, guys. All that, I usually don't have to stop in the middle, but I got to, with all that juice. I'm going to close the door so the cats don't get upset. Okay, oh, I got little papers all over the floor. All right, now got all the matte medium off my hands. The matte medium off your hands as soon as you can because it is really hard to get off. If you don't have a craft scrubby, no, babe, you can't come back up here. Let me move the matte. He wants to jump up here, jump in that. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Elsie, Emma. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for all the thumbs. See, here he comes. You can't go over there by the cords. You know you can't go over there by the cords. You're just gonna sit there for a minute. I'm gonna sit there for a minute. You can't go by the cord, so don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. You're just gonna sit there. You got sleepy in your eyes. Come here, let mama get the sleepy out of your eye. Come on. Come here. Come here. There you go. All right, now get down. Okay. All right. I'll probably have to close the door because they're not going to leave me alone. Okay. All right. So let's see. Do I want to start with the brush? Do I want to start with finger painting? Let's see. Over here. Brush. Yes. I don't mind so much when I'm not streaming because if they go cut through over here, when the cords aren't plugged in the laptop, then they don't trip up in them. But when my cords go straight across from my wall over here to my laptop, and they unplug me. They unplug my my mic and my laptop and my camera. They unplug them. Okay, so let's see here. Let me turn this over so I can have a little more space here. All right, let's get started here. Make sure I'm rolled up. I think I'm going to start with some finger painting with the black. Because what I really want to do now is I just want to kind of see all that white edge. I want to get rid of that. Let me get rid of this. So I'm just going to kind of take my time and enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. I think I need a little bit of green too. I probably need a little forest, a little olive green. This one's a little crunchy. That one's a little crunchy. Don't need too much yet. All right. Okay, so a little black and a little green. I just want to kind of blend them in. A little green. Could maybe use a little brown too. And let's go into the yellow ochre. Kind of maybe I'll have an edge on there. Let's do a little edge. Something like that. And this is just very subjective. It's just what you like, what you think you'd like on there. You can kind of feather it, blend it. You can get rid of it completely. But I kind of like this little bit of, almost a little, he's in a little arch of his own over there. Something like that. Okay, so let's get rid of some more of this. Until you just kind of blend it in where you like it. Now, I don't want to get too much on I want to be aware of the back because I don't want to get a bunch of paint on the back. I don't care if it gets a little bit because I can paint over it, but I don't want to go crazy and get all this excess on the back. So I'll be a little aware of that. Okay, so now I think I'm going to go on this edge over here. Just a little. Something like that. Just kind of like hidden in the forest kind of thing. Okay, so now let's go here. Let's do a little bit of the green and the yellow. Whoops, I picked up the white. Now, because there's matte medium on it, I can wipe it away. So let's do a little black on that edge. So something like this. And then we can go in there with pencil and add more detail. Or I can go in here with the baby wipe and kind of wipe some in and out, kind of make it a little, pick up a little of that undercolor there. Add a little more sienna, just whatever. Let's go with a little more green up in there. And you could use a brush. I just kind of like the way it feels to kind of blend it in with my fingers. Kind of like, thank you, Shannon. All right, so let's see. Now I want to come down. Oh, let's this to the side for a minute. Come over here and do this. So again, I'm going to go in here with the black on these edges. There'll be less emphasis on this side because, I want that tree to just kind of blend into the background there. Something like that. There's like a little line there. I don't know if that's, did I scrape something? Let's just get rid of that line. I might have scraped it or I might have, I'm not sure. Let's just kind of fill that in a little. Let's put a little, maybe there's a little hole there that has maybe some stars are peeking through there. I don't know. Something like that. Give that tree a little creepy look. Like that. Let's get rid of some of this over here. All right. And switch it back. Now let's work down here a little bit. And I think I'll get the brush for this. Oops. Get some of the paint off my hands. I'll get a, and I'm going to get in here with the what gray, what blue is this called? Uniform blue. Uniform blue, a little white. We'll just kind of tap some in here. Let's see what I want to do. Because I'm going to add water in here, some other things. I came across a William Alexander painting on YouTube yesterday. Hubster and I both watched it because we remember watching him in the early 80s in Alaska, him and Bob Ross. And but it was funny to see a William Alexander. How many of y'all remember William Alexander? He was like, I think Bob Ross might have got his ideas from William Alexander. Thank you, Janet. I try to show everything. So anyway, I hadn't seen him in a long time, and somebody posted a YouTube video of him. The happy little trees. You know, he was European. I think it might have been German. So he had a German accent. And I got a little too much here, I think. Maybe a little too much misty bit. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. And just see. This is going to be kind of a background here, all this, because it's going to have water kind of flowing over it. So I don't want it to get too much. But we both watched and go, oh, I remember him. We watched him in Alaska. Oh, thanks, Janet. What a nice thing to say. All right, let's keep rolling and come across over here. So that kind of soften it so it's not so stark, right? Which, you know, it's not bad this way, but I think it looks just a little, I don't know. It's going to have water kind of going over it anyway. So I'm just kind of knocking back the kind of brightness of it because it's going to be like little stones that the water's kind of coming over. And there's already some rocks right in here. I might put a little bit around these legs here of the arch. And if y'all missed how to blend colors, like how to get rid of edges other than, see, I did a lot of black on this one, and I do a lot of blacks. I put a lot of stars. But let me get this one here. Let's see if I can show you. Where's the other one? Let me see if I can find it real quick here off camera. Real quick. Whoops. I had an edge there that I glued the edge shut. You got to be careful when you use that matte medium not to glue the edges. Is that it? There it is. Okay, so it's about halfway. Let me find the before picture. Hang on. What we did on Monday. Just show you this one piece. You gotta find it. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is what it started out as. And we didn't do a lot because I really wanted to show you how to do the, rather than doing a big full-on collage, I wanted to show you how to get rid of this. So we started with this on the edge. And I wanted to show you how to blend all these colors in. So if you missed Monday's show, this is what we did. So you see how I blend in? You can't really even tell that that white was there. Dee, when are you going to paint and sell? When am I going to sell my stars? Yeah, it's just white watered down paint. Okay, so anyway, right there is where I blended all the edges in. And then we added a little hands there, painted a little bit more on the tree. But you can see we went from this to this. And so my point on Monday was to show you how to get rid of the edges. So, yeah. All right, let's see. All right, let's go back here. Finish our little fantasy world. I hope everybody's working on something fun. Hope everybody's working on something fun. Okay. Maybe just a little bit in here. Soften that a little. I might get rid of the, let's see if I can get a little bit more gray. I'll get rid of the names on the watch. So I'll just paint that out. Something like that. All right. Let's see, what else do I want to do? Well, I think that's pretty much kind of it right now until I add the other things. All right, let me clean my brush. Excuse the squeaky chair, but it's so comfortable. I don't care if it squeaks. Oh, here come the cats. All right, so let's see now. Now we can add some detail. We can add some stars, and we can add some waterfalls. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you could see a little peak of a planet right through there. Do I have one I want to use, or do I just want to? I just want to draw one with pencil. Maybe I'll just draw one with pencil. All right. Let me dry. Oh, you like that, Devin? The arch from the door? Yeah. Okay. And the reason I call it a bucket of stars, because I use these little, most of the time, I use my little Simply Cranberry lids. It's like a little bucket, a little bucket for my stars. Don't need much. And then this is really the only time I water anything down. Otherwise, I use the paint kind of full strength. And then you want a floppy brush, something that's got real soft bristles, so that it'll flick. It'll flick. Tap it a couple times first, otherwise it'll be really big. But because it's covered with matte medium, you can wipe it away. So like I can put quite a bit wherever I want it. And I'm going to put some down here too, because this is going to be water down here, and there'll be some foamy bits, But if I don't want it, let's just say I got it right here. I really need a clean baby wipe. But let's say I got it up here on this tree, right? I don't want it right there, or I don't want it on his face or on the tree itself. Then because it's got the matte medium on it, I can wipe it away. It's better to wipe it with a clean baby wipe, but so you can wipe it off wherever you don't want them. I don't want that right there. It bugs me. It needs to be black. I'm going to get my brush here, and I'm just going to paint that little bit of this it stands out to me too much. Some of that edge there. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go over here. And again, if you tap it off first, then they'll be littler. Okay. So I'm going to go over here. Again, I'm kind of just going right over the arch so that I can get in here in the waterfall. But if it gets on the arch or the butterfly, I'll go back and wipe it off. You got a couple minutes before it completely dries. So I'm just going to get some back in here. And then down here in the bottom where the water is going to be. Okay, something like that. Clean my brush. Okay. Wipe off where I don't want them. That's probably all. Maybe not on the tree itself there. Okay, something like that. I'll dry it and then I'll hold it up. I think we're still in focus here. How are we doing with the lighting? I guess I could zoom in one. There we go. All right, let's dry. It takes a minute because it's kind of, sitting on top. So I want to take a minute to make sure I get it nice and dry. Otherwise, when I go to do anything else with it, I'm just going to be smearing them. And I can go back with the Posca and add some extra brights or a little bit bigger or pencil. We'll do that, a little bit of that too. A little bit of black right there. I'm not sure. I have to paint that out. It's almost dry. Okay, so now I think I'm gonna go ahead and take my Posca. Got a couple little areas here that have some black paint. Then it's gonna kind of get rid of that. And then any place that I want like extra big, a couple of extra stars or a couple extra bright stars, then I'll just go back in here with the Posca and make a couple of bigger ones. Like something like that. Same thing for down here in the water. There's going to be splashes of water, maybe a couple more down in there. Just something like that. Not overdo it. Do you use stamps as pictures for your collages? Stamps. Do I use stamps as pictures? I'm not sure what kind of stamps. Do you mean postage stamps? You mean postage stamps, relief? I'm not sure what you mean. Do I use postage stamps in my collage? Yes, sometimes. Do you mean do I use rubber stamps? Not too much in my collages. I use rubber stamps if I don't use them a lot, but when I do, it would be more, yeah, clear stamps. I use those in my more in my journals than I do my collage pieces like this. I really don't remember the last time I ever used a stamp in one of these. I can't say that I never have, but I'm trying to think of a time I did, and I can't really. And I got tons of stamps. I've given away so many of my stamps because I wasn't using them, and I still have tons. A lot of them are like for journals, right? Okay, so let's see. I'm not sure if I want watch hands coming out of this. I could. Let's go ahead and do the water first and decide. Because I may or may not want my watch hands because there's actually not the numbers on here, but still a watch hand could be good. All right, so let me tilt it to get the glare. There we go. Get the shine off of it, the glare off of it. So you can kind of see where we're heading. Maybe put a little mist and everything, but let's go ahead and do some dry brush. Now I'm going back to the regular paint, not watered down. This is the, it's not watered down. Okay, I'm going to go over here and just kind of dry brush. I got a little, let me sop up any water from my brush when I washed it out, just to be very dry. So I don't want a lot of water in my brush after I rinsed it. Okay. All right, so let's see here. What do I got to kind of think. So we have our waterfall right in here. We have our waterfall, which kind of has the water coming in here. Just going to kind of, can y'all see? Do I need to zoom in? I'm trying to kind of keep the whole big picture. I could probably zoom in one. Now let me move over because I'm gonna be off camera. There we go. All right, so now I'm just gonna kind of, fiddle. I'll move my white paint over here so I can get it at it. If y'all have any questions, put it in caps and I'll try to catch it. Very, very little paint. Very little paint on my brush. Make us a little waterfall. From this big waterfall down to here. Molly said, Dee Dee, this reminds me of the movie Pocahontas because the face in what looks like a tree. Oh, okay. I didn't see Pocahontas, so I don't know. The cartoon one, you mean? Animated? I shouldn't say cartoon. Animated one? I didn't see it. I'm just going to kind of take my time. These are the kind of details that I like doing that I usually, sometimes we don't ever get to. So just kind of very chill, very zen when you do something like this. For me, it is. And I sit in my head and I know I say it sometimes, I'll go, shh, 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 shh. And you just kind of settle yourself down. And just kind of, just however much you want to put, how much detail. He looks like yeah, the bog man or what was that other tree guy, green man? The green man? Is that what it is? But actually, it's because I covered up the head. I think it's Buddha. Buddha in the jungles of, I don't know, Indonesia or something. That's where the image is from. It's like a Buddha. I don't know if I want some water coming off the arch. That might look kind of good too. I know it might look like I'm just going over the same thing, but I can see the difference. I can see the brightness and some more of the detail in the water by doing this. Adding a few more little like rocks back there, stuff like that. Just gives it a dimension. Oh, let's see. Bye, Becky. All right, let's see. I think I need a few more little. It's better if you can do the throw the bucket of stars than try to do random dots with your Posca, because no matter how hard you try, it's just not going to look as random as if you threw them on. It's just not going to look as random. But I am going to go in here and put a little bit of maybe a planet or something, in the background. Thank you, Devin. Thanks, Jay. All right, so let's see here. And you just, fiddle with it for all day. Oh, I could anyway. I could just sit here and, you know, imagine each little rock and each little drip, little, rivulet or whatever. I can just see it, you know. Things. Yeah, I tried to add a lot of dimension. All right, so let's go back. Let's go over on this side now. Let's see how I want to approach this person in the tree. Okay, let's see. You got to keep it subtle. Hi, Judy. I can tell I'm holding my breath. I told y'all when Hubster asked me one time, "Why are you moaning while you're arting?" And I went, "What do you mean? You're moaning." I said, "No, I'm not moaning. I'm holding my breath." It's too much right there. So I'm just being quiet and, enjoying the birds out there. I'm not talking much to you guys. I just kind of in the moment. There's a little puddle of it, water right in here. Very little paint, very dry brush. Dee Dee, I thought the flower was a fish. I wanted to do that other page for you too. The girl with that we're coloring. The page, with you might not if y'all weren't here. Where does she go? Well, I'll find it in a minute. Anyway, there's that other page where we have a color book page girl. All right, let's go back up here and see where this water's coming from. Share the story in my head. I like y'all to have your own stories. I like how y'all have your own stories. It's more meaningful if you have your own stories in your head. Too much. trying to get as little on my brush as possible. Yeah, I'm in the zone, don't you? I know. I try to always be talking to y'all. Let's see what I have to have something to. I have to have something else to, other than this to concentrate, to talk about. What are y'all working on? Tell me what y'all are working on. I'll read that. Well, I'll try to read it. Read some of it. Oh, let's see. A board. The wisdom tree. It could be. Could be the wisdom tree. I want to kind of just soften this. I could put some mist in here too with a baby wipe. Molly's diamond painting. Yeah, somebody, I forget who it was now, that was saying that they're doing a Bailey J diamond painting. I saw her when she was working on hers, to do the promotion to sell her diamond paintings, and it was so huge. Who was it that here that said they were working on the Bailey J diamond painting? Kathy Arbor's making homemade vegetable soup. Christine, not bored. Okay, good. I'm glad you're not bored. Let's see. Thank you, Elizabeth. But this is the kind of things that it can. I can sit here and do this double page spread all day. Well, probably not all day, but for some hours, and just sit here and have a YouTube on in the background, and just work on it, and just keep working on it for a long time. A few little extra bright areas, kind of. Eileen is die cutting steampunk gears. You must be in a class, Eileen. We already know you're in a class of your own, but are you taking a class, Eileen, where you need those gears? I'm just guessing. Eileen's always taking classes. It's good though, Eileen, because it keeps you busy. Other than bossing Janet around, other than bossing Janet around, you need those classes to keep you busy. Not yet. Okay. All right. I can kind of. Oh, my foot's asleep. I'm sitting on my foot. I try to tell myself not to sit on my foot, but I do. I don't know if it needs much more water. Needs a little something down in here about these rocks. That's good. Yeah, a little bit more across the, tie those two pages together there. All right, let's see. Do I want to do anything else to it? It needs antenna. Do I want to do white antenna? That might be kind of cool. Let's see. I'm going to have it come around. There's a big old 22 right there. I'm going to have it come across. I can put a little shadow on it when it dries. And the same thing if I want any little extra highlights, like around some of the gears or, you know, right along an edge or something. I can go in here with the Posca, but I want to kind of feather it out. I don't want to get it too stark because then it looks like a line of Posca. And I don't want it to look like a line of Posca, but I can always add a little bit of extra bright highlights here and there, maybe around some of the gears. You know, you can just go in there and kind of do a little touch-ups. Some of the little mechanicals. Gotta brush that. Maybe there's one little brighter area right there coming down across the eye. All right. Do I need anything else? Do I need anything else? I think it needs just a little bit. Needs a little bit on this petal. Maybe add just a little bit of extra ripples. It's like a little lagoon, right? It's a little hidden lagoon where something crashed. Something crashed in this lagoon. Okay. What do y'all think? Thank you, Mary. All right, now let's see about getting a little bit of pencil. Move my collage fodder box to the floor, along with my folder of watches. See here, guys, so I'll never run out of clocks and watches. Look. All right. My wax paper. Move my Ortiza paint pens. Let's get a all right. Let's move the paint over here. Let me clean out my brush. All right. I'm going to get a fresh baby wipe. Don't do a lot of baby wipes when you collage. All right. Harrison Ford just got out of there. No, he just found it. He just found it. All right. So now what I want to do is I think I want to get my black pencil. Well, let's do a little, maybe a planet. Let me sharpen this orange. Don't even. I got another orange. Don't say, oh my gosh, she needs pencils. No, I don't need pencils. Trust me, I don't need pencils. I got other oranges. This just happened to be sitting there, and I grabbed it. Although when I think it was Kenny that sent me the black and white ones, I did need those. So let's see. What's in my nothing's in my cranberry juice. All right, I think, do I want a little bit of a plain? I think I'm gonna have one. Let's go ahead and put some white first because it'll brighten that up. And then when that dries, I can put some orange on top of that and have it like a little mini planet there, maybe an orange one. But I want to brighten it up because orange is not, it's so translucent. Okay, so we'll do that. Now let's see, what else do I want? Do I want some more? Let's get a sienna color and let's start doing a little bit of shading here. Let's give this a little more depth. A little bit of orange. Just make it have a little more depth to it. And because it's got the matte medium on it, it has a little bit of that tooth, for the pencil to stick to. If this was just the shiny magazine page, your pencil would not go on. It wouldn't go on. It wouldn't stay on. It wouldn't stick. But because it's got matte medium on it, I can put this pencil. Just adding a little bit more shade. Very chill today. Very chill. You use a lot of mental energy with all that's going on. So you try to stay inspired with your work. Okay. I think I want to add just a little bit of shadow on the antennas there. And they probably wouldn't be white, but I'm doing them white there. Would a baby wipe remove carbons? Well, I could probably scrub it off. Rubbed it hard enough, Christine. If I rubbed it hard enough, I could move the pencil with a baby wipe because it's on top. Because it's on top of matte medium. Oh, thank you, Jay. All right, let's see here. All right, that's going to be dry now. So let's go over that orange and then make it a little. I'll go back with a little bit of white. Have a random planet in the background there. I'm not going to nebulize anything. I'm just going to leave it like black with no nebulization. I usually can put some, nebulization like a nebula, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go in here with my black and I'm going to darken up some areas. It's pretty black, but there's some, like right in here. I might want it a little darker. Give it a little more, just a little more. Whoops. Let's see. Where else? Maybe a little over here. Pencils a little. I might put a little highlight on this edge here. Let's see. Do we need to go like orange or is that going to work? No, might need a paint pen. Yeah. I could do it with a paintbrush too, but I'm going to dig into my Arteza. Let's see. Let's see how bright that is. It might be. Maybe it'll show up. Just want a little bit of a highlight edge. And again, I could have just done this with paint and a brush. Just to give it a little bit more. I'll probably add some mist or something. I want a little bit of mist to it. I keep thinking it's done. Yeah, I told you I could. I'm telling you, I could work on this for hours. I really could. I usually when I'm on stream, I'm trying to hurry up and get things done so that you see a finished result. So I'm just kind of chilling a little today. Adding a little more depth. And again, because it's covered with matte medium, I can put pencil on it. Any place weird or anything like that, you can cover that up or just do all the little details. I need to buy some matte medium today. What do you recommend? Gold medium. I'll show it to you. Now, that comes in different sizes. Here's 2 sizes here. This is usually what you'll find like at Michael's. Matte medium, not gel. This is very liquidy. Or you can buy the Big Mama Jamba on Amazon. And I might varnish this too. I don't know if I'll do it on camera. I guess I could do it on camera, depending on. Maybe I could do it on camera. I need to find me a foam brush, though. If you varnish, use a water-based gloss. I use a water-based gloss varnish, and I put it on with a foam brush. Now, if I'm doing the little art cards, I just use my finger because they're small. But if you're doing something like this big, you want one of the foamy brushes. I'll have to look around. I know I got a couple around here somewhere. Well, Christine, the more you use your imagination, the more you have it. The more you'll, and that's why we do the Society of Idea Collector, how to do mind mapping and different kinds of idea collecting. Go look at some of my Society of Idea Collector videos for some ideas. I'm telling you, got imagination, you're just not using it. And not everybody likes outer space, science fiction, fantasy. Not everybody likes that, and that's okay. You have to do what you like, because if you don't like it, you're with it if you don't like it. Not everybody likes collage. Not everybody likes, you got to pick what you like, because you won't stick with it long enough to learn it. You got to have something that you like so that you stay with it long enough to get proficient at it. And I know everybody goes, oh, I like a lot of things. I'm a jack of all trades, master. Well, I've done that same thing too. But if you want to be proficient at something, you got to stick with it. Nothing wrong with doing a lot of different things if that's what you want to do. But if you want to get good at something, everybody goes, I love your collage. I wish I could do collage like that. Well, have you done a couple? I don't want to say maybe up to 1,000. I don't know how many exactly. I've never counted. Hundreds anyway. Have you done hundreds of them? And the reason I've done that many is because I love doing it. If you don't love doing it, you won't stick with it to practice. You won't do it. I know you. I know, Eileen. We know you like buying, hoarding, and enabling. Don't forget the E word in your name, Eileen. Enabling. Because I could just sit here and keep adding more depth, and I can work on it for a while. But I do is I'm going to add some mist. I'll add a little mist. Then I'll go back and put it in the book. I'll varnish it later. Yeah. I'll show you the kind of varnish I use, though. I use the Delta Ceram Coat Gloss, interior, exterior, water-based. And I get it at a Hobby Lobby. They used to sell it at Michael's. They quit selling at Michael's. You can get it online. It doesn't have to be this brand. It's just make sure it's water-based. And I like gloss. I like the gloss. I use matte, non-shiny matte medium to do all the gluing so that I can do pencil or whatever work on it. You can't pencil work over gloss. Okay, so, but this is what I do the final varnishing with, is this. On my art cards, on my abandoned books, So, yeah. I used to use that on your ceramics. Yeah, well, that's what it's for. I mean, it's for ceramics, I'm sure. I'm sure they make it for me to do collage with, but I just found that that's for doing on paper, paper, because it's water-based. Okay, so, and again, I covered up one of these. Yeah, right here, like I covered up one of the holes. I'll just repunch that or cut it out. Well, let me go ahead and do it now because I want to put it in the book in a minute. So let's go ahead and I'll just recut that out. I could punch it, but since it's just one, I'll cut it. But you could repunch it. Okay. All right. And I will take a picture of it. Let me go ahead and find it somewhere over here. And I will take a picture of it and post it on Twitter and Instagram. And I'm Dee Dee Willingham, just like I am on YouTube, everywhere, or Inkywell, Inkiwell, Inkiwell with an I. All right, so let's see. Let me dry that. I think I'll add a little dye. Now, what I do mist, I want my, that's my matte medium. Where's my, here. I want to take a baby wipe. And what I do is I pick up some white and I mash it into the baby wipe. I mash it in because I want very light coverage. Okay, so I mash it in. You can always go in and add more, highlight it or whatever. Let me go ahead and move this wax paper. Now I just got to decide where I want my mist. Like I'm probably going to want it coming across here somewhere. I kind of want to start over here because I want to go from left to right. It kind of just works better, if you're doing that, if you're right-handed. So let's just see. And I want it to be subtle. I don't want it to be too much. So then you can get to a clean spot on the wipe and kind of wipe it back. I just want some kind of rolling mist through here. It might be a little much. Maybe it comes over to this little wave there. Maybe there's a little bit down in there. It's going to come across over here. Maybe it'll be a couple of places. And we'll get lost behind there, maybe. Maybe it's almost can think it might be some coming out from there. I need that to be dark right there. This area right there needs to be dark. To cut across. If it's not bright enough, then just let it sit for just a minute. It'll dry. It dries real quick, or quick enough for you to. There's a wind coming from behind there. There's a wind or a breeze coming out from behind there. And then this kind of needs to really flow up a little here. Needs to kind of flow up right there. When I look at the pages together, I want them to be cohesive. It's too much. Like this. I have a little bit of something right there. Bye, Muffy Kate. And I think what I'll do, let me dry this. And I'll have a star shine right here. Okay, now let's dry that. My watch is telling me to breathe and get up and move. Let me hold it up. See, that's a little crooked. My star shine's a little crooked. Let me fix that. I'm looking at it at an angle. Looking at it at an angle, it made it a little sideways there. There we go. That's better. Is someone not? What happened? Something going on, Pam? Y'all okay in chat? Oh, yeah. No, this is not a made for children show. If that's what the issue is in chat, I'm not sure. Of course, the mods can take care of that. I'm not sure if that was what the issue was. Okay, let's see. Get my black pencil. Where to go? This. I'm kind of liking it. What do y'all think? I think it needs a little bit, little wisps, a little more defined, I think. Maybe even a little bit of edge to it. Not too much. Just a little bit of extra, a little extra. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Mary. Thank you. All right, so I think I'm going to stop on it, guys. I think we're going to stop. Let me check that butterfly dimension on him. Do I need any mist over here? Nah, I don't know. I think it's pretty misty enough. I think it's misty enough. Oh, although I always can put a little more mist. Okay, I think I'm going to stop. So now what we're going to do, let me clean my hand off here. And what we'll do, let me put my my Arteza paint pens to the side. Let's put the pencils to the side. Make some space. All right, we didn't use anything out. Well, did that butterfly? No, the butterfly didn't come out of sticker. I don't think we used anything out of sticker book. Okay, let's see. Make a little space. All right, so we're going to get the book back out. Let's back up a little. Well, that's a little too, that looks pretty good right there. Okay. So we'll put these pages back in the book. And again, I'll eventually will varnish them. So now they're back in the book. What do y'all think? Does that look good? I think so. I'll take a picture of it. And again, if y'all missed this book right here, I combined two books. I combined the shell book. And I did a flip of it at the beginning, so if you missed it. But I combined the shell book with that nature fairy book, and I took them both apart, deconstructed them completely, punched holes in all the pages, and recombined the two books into one book. I did. You can see I varnished the cover, and I started these two pages. They're not, they're not really worked yet. They're just got some collage on them. So these are the two inside pages. And again, they're not all exactly the same. And I have a few extra cardstock pages in here just to make it a little extra sturdy. Same thing for on the back. But so I got these started. Um, and that one, I just wanted it very simple on the front. And it's all varnished, so it's not going to move. And then here's our pages we just did. Again, they're not varnished yet, but I think they're looking good. And then, now the other page I wanted to work in out of this book was this shell picture and this color book girl. She's out of that Dark Fairies, out of this book. Cut her out. We cut her out a couple weeks ago. And that way, let me move it to like that right there with her on it. It doesn't need maybe some stars. Okay, my connection is loose. We okay, guys? Are we lagging? I'm gonna check to see. Are we lagging? Or did we just jump? If we jump, guys, make sure to check your settings, because if YouTube jumped us or the internet or whatever, it might have knocked you back to a lower quality. Bye, Mary. It might have knocked you back to a low quality, so make sure you're still at 720 or 1080p. Okay, so now let's see here. Oh, here comes the cat. Come on up here, little girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. You going to talk to Mama? You can't go over there. You got to stay on this side. Have to stay on this side because the cords. You can rub on the markers. Just can't go past my hand. It's better. Okay, thanks. Thanks, guys. It just glitched a little. Okay. All right. So I think it might need some stars because it just looks like it needs stars if she's on there. So no, can't go that way, baby. Can't go that way. So I think I'll go ahead and paint that out. Well, this one shouldn't take long. We can probably do this one pretty quick. So let's put it on a piece of wax paper. I still have some black paint here. I still have my bucket of stars. So let's just start. And remember, guys, if you use a color book page, if you use a color book page, don't glue it down and then color it. Color it off to the side or on something, not, no texture, so that you don't pick up texture when you're coloring it. Okay, so let me just get a brush here. Let's kind of do this kind of quick. Okay, so I'm gonna paint out. I could just do this with my finger. It'd probably be quicker. But I'm just gonna get rid of the white edge here. I want to be careful because this is punch, so I don't want to tear those holes. So I'm going to be a little careful around where it's punched. And also, if you use Copics or alcohol-based markers, if you use alcohol-based markers and color pencil, you can matte medium over it. So if I wanted to matte medium over this, I could. I don't know that I will right now because I already put all the matte medium stuff away. I'll just glue her down. But if you really want her secure and, make sure everything's going to be smooth and everything, you'll probably want to matte medium over it. But I'll end up varnishing it. I'll end up varnishing eventually. Right now, I'm just kind of getting rid of the white. I'm going to concentrate on her. All right, so I'm going to put a little black all in here because I'm not putting matte medium down. I want something for the stars to stick to. right? I mean, they'll rest on top of the shiny part, but it'll take another minute extra to dry because it's on the shiny. So I'm trying to put as much, paint down because I'm not putting matte medium on it. Okay, so there we go. We got a base of black paint. All right, so now let me dry it. And I can see the brush strokes in it. But again, I'm going to end up um, varnishing it. It just makes it look so nice when they're varnished. It brings out the colors that you can't really see. You can't really bring it out as much unless you varnish it. I mean, it's okay, but I like them varnished. Okay, so now let's get my sloppy brush, tap it off on the thing here, and then we're gonna. I don't want to overdo. I just kind of want it to look like it's in space. This will be a simple page. And I am kind of going over the shell a little bit. Okay, let's rinse the brush. Dry. And I forgot to show y'all, if y'all don't follow me on Twitter, I did post a picture of my garden. Let's see if I can bring that up. It's at week 2. Oh, no, Instagram. It's in week 2 now. Let's go over here to. Hey, Orla, Carolyn. I know I'm missing people. Hang on. It's good. Why is it so slow loading? Hang on. Okay, here it is. Turn it sideways. So it's a foot square because it's railroad ties. I think railroad ties are 2 feet. So it's a 12-foot garden. Um, 2 kinds of tomato, no, 3 kinds of, well, 2 or 3 kinds of tomatoes, 3 types of pepper, blackberries, cucumber, and squash. And those bricks, you can't see it, but there's tomato cages, and the bricks hold down the tomato cages from blowing off, right? Because if a strong wind comes along, the tomato cages can blow away. So I have bricks on the tomato cage. But anyway, so there's my 12-foot square garden I'm working on. I've been doing it for many years. I usually try to post, oh, Hamster's home. I try to post a picture a week on Twitter of the garden. All right, so I'm going to move this wax paper. And I need something here to work on though. Let me get a piece of cardstock. Or 2. So there's no bumps or anything because there's a little bit of paint there and I don't want to pick up any of that. Plus, I'm going to use Copics. It'll go through. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. All right, so let's see. And she's going to go right here. So she's going to go right there. So I just have to decide what colors I want her. Do I want her? I kind of like, look, there's this pretty teal in there, although she's going to cover that up. I think I want her to have that pretty blue teal hair. Let's get a couple colors here and see what'll blend. Let's see what'll blend. I like that color. Let's see what'll blend with that. That one maybe. I don't think that's not enough contrast. I mean, I don't want to shade all day. That's too light. So these two, let's check this one. Probably those two. That one's almost running out, though. I don't have enough in that one. We'll see. We'll try. So I think I want her. Let me go ahead and zoom in. Okay, here we go. Oh, brother Eileen. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and do some shading. Now remember, this is a thin color book page. Okay, now let's see. While it's wet, it's the best way to blend it. Like I said, this one's almost out. I don't have a refill for this one. Just take a minute. She's holding a needle and thread. I probably should go over that with some kind of gold so it stands out. She has a needle and thread, and it's going to get lost in her hair there. So I'm going to do a quick little Copic color. Okay, let's stop on that and try to see if I have enough in here to. I don't know if I have another color close to this I can blend with. What is this one? B93. Let's see. This one might be. It's too green in it. Hang on, guys. I'm not looking at chat. Maybe if I worked with the chisel tip, I think I could get it to smear a little, blend a little better. How are we doing in chat? Is it just me or is the picture fuzzy? Christine, make sure that go into your settings, guys. Go into your settings and make sure you didn't get knocked back to 144. My camera is focused. Go look at your settings, guys. It may have knocked you back when it froze up for a second. Okay. You have to, sometimes it'll do that. You have to set that on your own. And it could be that just something glitched. You just never know, guys. But for me, it looks clear. So there's nothing for me to fix. There's nothing for me to fix. You know? Okay. All right. All right, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look fuzzy to me, guys. So let's try this one. Let's try these two. So I can't fix it if it's not fuzzy, to me. So I mean, the best I could do is back out. It's better now. Okay, I could back the camera away. That's might be doing something. Thanks, Debbie. Get her hair in here. Alrighty. Hang on, I'm not looking at chat. Trying to get this done. A little bit more depth. So a couple of hairs crossing over there. Yeah, you have to set your quality up because if it freezes sometimes, it'll automatically knock you back. And I can't tell that it's done that to you. And if we're working on anything fun, make sure to share with everybody what you're doing. Okay. And see, it's Copics. It's going through. Just FYI. All right. Got paper craft set ladies diary. Ooh, I don't know what that is, Caroline, but it sounds good. Sounds good. All right, let's get a couple of lights. She's going to be very pale, so that way we can do it quick. Oh, let's see. Let's just put a base on her first. We can always go in with pencil and do some more shading. All right. All right. I'm trying to kind of do it quick, right? So we can just get it done. So we just get her done. All right, let's see. That'd be too dark. Let's see. I'm not going to spend a lot of time shading and stuff. Just minimal shading. think this is the one that needs to be refilled. I do have a refill for this. Do you never fail to make me smile? Oh, good, Donna. I'm glad. Okay, so here we go. That's what we got so far. Let's just put a touch of blue on her eyes. A little bit of eyeshadow in the same color as her hair. Leave her lips very pale. All right, so now let's see what she looks like so far. So she looks like so far. So now do I want to do her dress? What color do I want to do her dress? She has this little thing. She's got a needle and a, let me see if I got a gold pin here. I think I'll give her a gold. And you won't be able to really see it, but she's going to have a gold needle in her hand there. And then there'll be a thread there. I'm not sure. What color? What do y'all think? You got a particular color? You can get them at Blick, Donna. You can get refills at Blick. Anybody got a preference of color? For her dress? Do I just want to go sienna? Guess we'll just go sienna. Nobody has a preference. Put her over here again. Let's see. I'll just bake this and then we'll shade. Shade it darker. Maybe maybe she'll have lace right there. I'll do that. I'll have her have some lace. This will be brown in here. She'll have some lace. Okay. A little bit of gray, maybe a light gray on the lace here. Okay. Looks like she has a little bit of lace in the flowers there. And now let's go with the darker. Yeah, there we go. Almost done streaming, honey. Okay. I heard you come home. You've been on the phone. Yeah. Almost done. Okay. Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all. Thanks for stopping in.
Oh, honey. Thank you. Right. I'll give her a little bit of.
Did you need fresh coffee or you good?
No, I'll go make some in a minute. I'm almost done.
I'll go make it for you.
You can go make it if you want. I just want to. I'm going to eat first. Did y'all hear you cooking something down there?
Well, I put the chicken in, but it's going to be a little loud.
Oh, yeah.
So I might make my peanut butter and jelly.
Okay, yeah, that chicken will take an hour and a half. Love you.
I love you too. Good.
Are they following you around like toddlers?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's put a little shadow under the ribbon there. Edge. Like black, make that a little blacker. Let's see, where's my pencils? Okay, let's do it there. Okay. Need just another layer of gray. Oops. I don't know why I picked up the hoo-hoo. I've got gray. What do you call it? Copics. And in the hair again. I don't know. I might leave the flowers. Well, maybe I should do them a tan color. Let's do them a light color, like kind of like her skin. Trying to just keep it kind of 3 colors here. All right, let's do a little bit of shading in the flowers. That's not dark enough. Okay. All right, let me check chat, guys. I think we got her done. What do you think? Let's put her on the shell where she'll go. See, I got to fix these edges here. That's going to be distracting. Let's see. Like her arm right there needs to be. And the edge of her dress. Let's get that colored in. And down here too. What do y'all think? How's she look there? That looks pretty good. She's a beauty. Thanks, Kimberly. And I'll glue her on there. Maybe go in there with a little bit of Posca on that lace, like just to make sure it's nice and bright on the ruffle edge. What do I do with my Posca? Oh, here it is. Just to make sure that it's not like a black outline on the lace. It'll be white. I'll go back in. I gotta let the what do you call it? Copic dry first because it's just soaking it up. But I'll add a little bit of white highlights in there. And I think she looks good on there, don't you? Don't you think she looks good on there? Right there. So, that's some quick work, right? All right, guys, I'm going to head out, go hang out with the hubster, and hope you enjoy it. Let's back out, and I'll show you the other thing we did once more. Let's back all the way out so you can see how size of it there. And then here's our double page spread. These pages are 11, what did I say they were? 9 by 12? 9 by 12. Approximately 9 by 12. So there's our double page. I'll post a picture of this on Twitter and Instagram. I'll try to do 3 pictures. 1, 2, 3 pictures. And yeah. So hope y'all enjoyed it. You too. I hope y'all all have a great day. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Give me a thumbs up and on the way out the door. All right, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed that. All right. Bye.